Hey guys, so today one easy trade on the so for our prop accounts, we had some weakness coming into the market this morning. We had a nice supply level form and price pulled right back to it and shot right back down. So it was a clean and quick win. Doesn't get much easier than that. So moving on from that into the test account. So this morning I mentioned I was looking at copper for some potential strength, but I was hoping that the strength would come in at a break of this low down below here. But as it was coming down, I got way too greedy and took a strength buy here, realized that I was playing too discretionarily and walked away from it for the rest of today. Just want to point out what it has happened in the overnight. Again, this is a beautiful trade setup here, but no way I could have entered down here, but this is what I was looking for. So now that this has happened, nothing I could have entered on here, but makes absolute sense on why it's breaking higher. Then on the NASDAQ and YM, no trades I want to focus on discussing in too much clarity here. Because for the most part, wasn't too happy with how they played out, but I do just want to show them. So on the YM at the open, I got really aggressive trying to short a breakdown here. The area I was looking to hold was this box that I had drawn in at the open. And while I was right on that, I wasn't willing to give it this much risk. So I actually closed out a bit early for a partial loss. And had I, hindsight, held on to it, I actually would not have targeted here, but I would have pulled my risk. So I would have actually been stopped at break even on this trade. So really small loss or break even, the only way I can really look at this play, even though it did move in my direction. Then toward the end of the day, had another opportunity here to short and rode that into the close. So this is an example where yesterday we had a trade that when the market reopened, it just continued going in its direction. Today, if I would have held on to it, it would have been stopped out. So the time close helped us on this example. Now going over to the NQ, this is where I got chopped to pieces. So I was trying to buy several of these setups when instead of viewing the NQ as the one that had the greater chance to rip higher, I was focused on the YM for the short side when really hindsight after the fact, there was no edge toward these setups. However, oil. This trade was the big mistake of the day. And it's one that when I go through and back test to see how well trades were done and why I'm forward testing this now is because this is what I was looking for. This entry came down, filled it to the tick. I had my entry set up like so, and my target would have been somewhere up in this area. But I actually made a mistake when I submitted the trade and I drew my zone a little bit different from this in real time. So this trade here, even though it got filled and went up high, it would have, depending on how I played it, would have probably closed out in this area over here with the time close. But when I was looking at this in real time, what I actually did was I took this level here and I had my entry drawn, or I had my entry placed right here, which meant I had higher size and my target was actually set because I don't really ever want to target more than 20,000. So I just had my target sitting up here and it missed my entry by that much, 52, 3 ticks. So it's cool for me to see an idea play out so well, but at the same time, I'm really glad that I actually missed this trade because if I had gotten this, I'd be like, oh, I won. Then I may not have gone back and looked to see that, hey, I actually drew this differently than from how I've been drawing it in the past. So I want to stay consistent. Otherwise, I'm just going to be guessing all the time at if I made a mistake or not. So there is some discretion in this trading system, but there are other areas that I need to stay very mechanical with, just to make sure that I'm testing it properly moving forward. But so far, it's not looking so good for this new style of trading for larger targets. So I need to tighten up, be a little bit less aggressive with it, and I'll continue on until the system says, no, stop. Happy trading, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.